Hi, this is Summer with Summer's Tips and Teaching, and this is a shopping haul. Okay, so technically today I'm allowed to go into my classroom, but what I generally do when I'm heading out and doing my normal family errands is every once in a while I'll buy one or two things that I think I'll need for my classroom, and I hoard it up in the back of my car. So I thought I would show you those few things, and then I also got a gift card this year for Jump Rope or Heart with the number of kids I had in my class that signed up and money raised. Teachers got $25. And I actually just got a message that said, you need to spend your money or you'll lose it. So I bought a few things and I thought I would show you what I got with that. So first are the things that I just picked up here and there. Now, hopefully your Walmarts have these. My Walmart had these book bins, and as you'll see in a little while, I always need to buy new of these every school year. Amazingly, they were $2.50. Dollar Tree sells these kind of book bins, but they're a little smaller, and they're $1, so, well, $1.25. Target sells them as well this year. Most of their stuff is not in fun colors, because I just went there. My Walmart had these in black, white, clear, and purple. So obviously I bought purple. $2.50 each is a super good deal because when I was buying them last year, Amazon has a big stack of them and they're like $50. And it turns out that they're about $5 each and Target sells them for $5 each. This was not in the school supply section. This was in like kind of facing the center aisle near the craft section. Why was I there? I don't know. Okay. The other thing that I got at Target, today I went through their dollar spot. I'm like, all that crinkling, some people get mad about that. There was a few things that I was really tempted to buy. There was this pack of 8 empty books, and they had like rainbow colored plain paper on the outside and then white paper on the inside, and they were $5 each. I was tempted to buy those, but usually I have my high school helper make those for me because the kids like to write. It's a nice thing to do. They love making books. Sometimes they even talk the librarian into putting them in the library. So I usually have my teacher's aide or my high school helper make a bunch of those. I just take construction paper, lined notebook paper, staple them together. And that's essentially what those were. And they were like this big. So they were a little bigger because I just take the one construction paper and fold it in half. So I'm going to stick with doing that, although I was tempted to buy them. The other thing that I was tempted to buy was, oh, this little drawer. It was like, because I love containers. It was like this little plastic drawer set and had 2 little drawers and 2 long drawers. I was like, Summer, you don't need any more containers. But this is what I did buy. I bought one of these. It's called a math spinner. I'm putting this in my math center. So when we go through math groups, when they're done with me or you're done with my math group, or if they're finished with their seat work, I have this math center, which is just a cubby shelf with a bunch of bins and it has different math games. This one here, they line them up and make 9 plus 2 equals, and then they have to put the answer. They can either quiz their friends. Very difficult to do this backwards. They can quiz their friends. They can do it themselves. Just something little to do. So I bought one of those. This was $3 at the dollar spot. They also had one for making 4-letter words. But I contemplated buying it for the spelling center. And then I was just like, maybe that's first grade. I don't know. Okay. And then I did buy more of these. I made a little video earlier about how I was going to use these in my spelling center, how they could clip and spell words. That's part of differentiation. Rather than just practicing writing your words during reading groups, I have this cart, and this one's just a rolly cart, and it has letter stamps. It has those little letter boards where you put little messages on. I have these. I have a Scrabble game, all kinds of different ways for them to practice spelling their words with their friends. That's a little bit more fun than taking a piece of paper and pencil and writing it. So I bought 2 more of these. That way I have 3 sets and then I'll have 3 of every letter. I think for the most part for 2nd grade words that should work. And then I bought another number set. That way they could probably do better with 2-digit numbers for the math center. Okay, those are $3 each. Then I went to Goodwill. Goodwill is a really great place to buy used books, and it's nice to keep your classroom library fresh. And every once in a while you can find some really good deals. Unfortunately, sometimes you find some icky things. In order to get the price tags off, I take a hair dryer and I blow the hair dryer on there, and then I peel the books off. Sadly, sometimes I didn't pay very good attention. You'll get something like this. Someone scribbled on it. But I got the Owl Diaries for $1.99. It did not look like anybody scribbled inside of it. Second graders, mostly girls, but second graders love the Owl Diaries, so I bought one of those. Another book that the second graders really like is Bad Kitty. If you have someone that struggles a little bit about reading but is really excited to go into chapter books, these are really great ways to encourage them, these like graphic novels and bigger pictures than words, to get them into the graphic novels or to get them into books that are like chapter books, and then they're a little bit bigger than picture books. I got Ivy and Bean. This is another cute series for little girls mostly. Again, it's kind of like reading but with lots of pictures in there too. I did not scan these to see what reading level they are, but I want to say they're like Fontes and Pinnell's LMN. This I was pretty excited about. I don't know quite how it's gonna go, but for $3.99 I got this 4 Owl Diaries book in one. Do you see that? And it says here only in the US $9.99. So I would say I probably have enough Owl Diaries now, maybe like 14 or 15. I got another nonfiction book. One of the videos I have coming up as soon as I get into my classroom and I'm moving from one room to another is I want to show you guys how I organize my classroom library. The first few years I went one way, and then I've done it a new way for this last school year, and I love it. But here's a nonfiction book on llamas. This one was $1.99. And they're really fun to read and even look at the pictures. We do a nonfiction unit, so it's nice to have that. Animal Rescue Friends. I don't know too much about these. Again, they're graphic novels. They look like chapter books. Kids really love these. This was regular price, $9.99. Excellent condition. No scratches or anything on it, $3.99. So that was a good deal. I think I have one of those people. Today, purple, I just want to remind you at Goodwill, purple was the discount color. So most Goodwills have a colored tag, and that is the one, the 50% off. I got this Whirl Story Bible. Obviously, I don't know if any of you know, I teach at a private school, so we can have, you know, and I just thought this is a nice picture Bible. I have never seen or heard of it before, and I thought this just might be something nice to put in with the spiritual books. And it was purple, so $3.99, 50% off. The last book that I have is called There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly. Now, this is the classic There Was an Old Lady Who Swallowed a Fly story, and it has cutout pages, which I'm a little worried that they're going to get ripped. So it is kind of fun because you see the old lady and what's in her tummy as she eats new things. There's actually a book series that I've seen in Scholastic, and then I usually buy at Goodwill as I go along. And it's a whole series of this old lady who swallows, and then she swallows everything. The old lady who swallowed a snowman. The old lady who swallowed a school or something. This is not part of that book series, but my kids love them. So I picked this up, and I actually have a full book bin in my classroom library all about this gal and what she's swallowing. Okay, so now to the things that I got on Amazon. I bought some of these. These were $8.99. I got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 24 of these. Now, I'm going to tell you what, these are necessary evil. Some people use socks. Some people use tissues. I started buying these one year because I thought they were cute and I love them. There's a magnet in them, and they can stick them on the side of their desk. And I'd put numbers on them, and then they'd have it on the side of their desk, and kid number 1 would get magnet number 1, or eraser number 1. That lasted for a couple months and they just kept falling on the floor. So I took them and I put them in a big bin. Well, then we had a tragedy one year where a kid, he spent most of his free time, which I can't even believe I never noticed this. Or maybe it's just as we passed these out, he pulled the felt off and stole the magnets out of them. Well, when I found that he had a hoard of these magnets in his desk, his mom obviously so kindly bought a whole bunch off of Amazon. I still have some of those left over. I go back and forth between just letting them have whatever one they want and then putting a number on them so that child number 1 gets magnet eraser number 1. But the thing that I struggle with is, number 1, they can't keep them on their desk. They get lost. They get lost in their desk. So then I put them in a bin. Then maybe child number 5 takes child number 1's eraser when it's centers time, and then they jam their pencil in here, and then child number 1 is upset that child number 5 did that. So I really honestly don't know what is the best way. This year, I'm just going to put them all in a bin, no numbers, and just know that every school year, I think that it's going to be an investment to buy a pack of these because the kids are going to chew on them, stab them with pencils, draw on them, draw and erase on them, pull the felt back, steal out the magnets. It's just the way it is. It's sad, but that's what it is. And it's not all the kids doing that, but it's like 2 or 3, then ruin them for everyone. But I did buy a new set this year. And I think that should be able to last me a year. The other really fun thing that I bought was Bendy Pencils. Usually when it's a child's birthday, I give them this like little, it's like a little birthday cake notepad, and I write, "Happy birthday, heart, Mrs. B." And then I give them a birthday bracelet, you know, like one of those rubber bracelets. And it says happy birthday on them. And then this year I thought I'd give them a Bendy pencil. These ones, I can't remember how much they were off of Amazon. But these 3 things I got off of Amazon were less than $25. So I'll put a link in the description to those erasers, but you can also buy them at Walmart, Target, the teacher store. They come in all different sizes and packs. Yeah, so I was pretty excited. Interestingly enough, they came in an airtight container. Interesting. The last thing that I got from Amazon, I'm actually a little thrilled, a little nervous to see the quality, but up till now I've had these little cards that I laminated and I wrote on permanent marker for my daily schedule. So it would say math and it would say 9 o'clock, and it has a clock and I draw the 9, the hands on it, and I'd write 9 ... clock, and it would say math. And then I put magnets on the back of them and I would organize them every day at the end. Actually, towards the end of the year, my students would want to do that. But I'd put them in order for the daily schedule so the kids would know what we were doing that day, all in order, all with the clock and the time. And it was pretty amazing. But I had to have different size magnets. So some of them would be a little higher up from the board. Sometimes they'd fall, the magnets fall off. I'd have to tape them. Sometimes the kids that would put them up for me wouldn't do it perfectly. I know it's not their fault, but it's just, I like everything to be perfectly straight. And so I finally broke down and bought an organizer. Yes, I sure did. So I'm kind of interested. It's a pocket chart, and I want to say this was like 12, and there's a whole bunch of different ones. Now, this is the first thing that I wanted to check on. Well, actually, the very first thing is I counted the average cards that I had on my board at school to know I needed at least 14. Sometimes I have one that says opening, and then I also have them for recess and snack. So this one came with some that were pre-done. This one, today's schedule, maybe or maybe not. I'll put that at the top, I don't know. And then this is what I was explaining, how it has the time, so you can put like the numbers, and then it has the little clock, and you can write on there. These also claim they're dry erase ready. Now, the difficulty with using dry erase on these is when you put them in and out of your schedule, sometimes you wipe them. But you can use Sharpie on here. And I saw a really cool hack where if you use Sharpie and then at the end of the year you want to get it off, take a dry erase marker, draw over the Sharpie with a dry erase marker, and then wipe it, and it goes away. The lunch seems fine. Not really a nutritious lunch, but there it is. Science, home time, may or may not use that. That's telling you it's the end of the day. History, which is fine. Gym, reading, Oh, I should be showing you guys all these. We'll go back through them. Recess, welcome, today's schedule, math, writing, art, music, library. Here we are, back to today's schedule. Home time, lunch, science, history, gym, recess. Now, the ones that I don't have in here that I need at my school, luckily they did have an empty one. Where did I put it? No, they did not. This is where it's going to be a little tricky. I'm going to have to either make some of my own this size, because I also need to have, I thought they had one that was empty. Anyway, I need to have one that says computer, because we have computer class. I need to have one that says Bible, because we teach Bible, private school. And then I want one that says snack. And they don't have that. I'd rather not have welcome and home time. So maybe I would write some, you know, like take over welcome and cover this up with something that fits this size. Then laminate them all, I don't know, that says computer. I also don't need, what it said, home time. I can cover that up. We do have library. And yeah, I can cover up home time. I thought I had one empty, but I can't seem to find it. Maybe I didn't see it. Oh, the backs are empty. So maybe the one that says home time, I can just flip it over. But I'm still 3 short because I need a computer, Bible, and computer, Bible, and stack. I don't know. So anyway, this part is always hard because not everybody has the same thing. You like that, me flapping them around at you? Now, let's take a look at this organizer, because the other option is if this organizer is a good enough size, I can use mine from last year. And there it is. Let's just take one of these. Home time. I don't know why they just put go home or end of day. You just slide these little thingies right in here and away you go. And then every day at the end, you take them out and put them in. Now, for the most part, I try to keep my days all the same, but specials change. And because our specials are different lengths of time, the amount of time, things that I can do between those is different. So for example, our gym, I think we have that 2 or 3 days a week for 30 minutes, but we only have art once a week for 40. So my daily schedule is as close to being the same as I possibly can get it. So I always do need to reorganize them. But yeah, so I bought one of these, and the other thing that this little kit came with, which of course I am not going to be able to use, were these little hangers. Because I'm going to hang this on the whiteboard, and I'm hoping that they have the little holes at the top. Yes, they do, because I'm going to possibly buy, if I don't already have in my classroom, some heavy duty magnets. Now, you can't just buy any old magnet. You have to make sure they're heavy duty. And for me, a really good place to get those is, I'm trying to think, it's a man's store, tool store just down the street. Harbor Freight. Harbor Freight has really good, strong magnets. And I need the ones with little hooks. Sometimes if you don't get them strong enough, they slide down during the day. So those were the 3 things that I got with my Amazon gift card. I'm starting to gather all the things in my house that I've been kind of buying and squirreling away, or when I was cleaning my kids' rooms, I was like, oh, this will be good for the prize bin, because that's where I do get a good many of the things for the prize bin. Old cast-off McDonald's toys and whatnot for my kids. Yeah, so that is where I am at today, because technically, like I said, today we can go back to our classroom. I was not going to go today. I was hoping still to take this week off for the most part. Tomorrow, my kids are coming back from spending some time with their grandparents. So that day I won't be able, but maybe on Wednesday I'll pop in there, just kind of get an idea of what's going on, spend a few hours. The first thing I got to do is arrange the furniture and unload all the things I've been hoarding up in the back of my car. Anytime we have to go anywhere, I'm like, just a minute, let me rearrange, because we have a 3rd row seating, and if the whole family takes my car, I have to flip up the 3rd row, which means I got to organize my hoard in the back. Yeah. Being a hoarder and a teacher, it's a tough life. But yeah, that is my mini shopping haul. I do get ready for the videos to start pouring because, of course, I'll have, you know, before and after of my classroom, maybe setting up. I'm going to have Maddie try to help me with filming me clean my classroom and then fast forward it. I've seen people do that, and that seems really fun. Also, I want to go over how I have my classroom library set up because I really love it and I think it's the greatest thing I've done in a while. Also, I want to show you my math centers, my spelling center cart, and different things like that. Okay, you guys, that's all for this 20-minute video. Thanks for watching and subscribing. Thanks for liking and sharing my videos, and I'll see you later. Bye.